Grand Rising, Grand Arrival, Grand Return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and the repentant alike. I am Cleopadra Sophia the Bodhi, and this is a quick video update on our upcoming celebrations. Without saying too much, right? Without saying too much. I'll say more when I talk to CryptodeMedici tonight. I don't even know how to say this. So, what we are going to do is, usually we do Operation Holly Jolly, okay? And Operation Holly Jolly normally goes pretty smoothly, but we're making some adjustments this year. So this is our, this is just an update video on our upcoming feast/fast, okay? So this is my suggestion, okay? Or rather, this is what I'll be doing. So this is a suggestion, not an order, just a suggestion, okay? I will be taking a social media fast from Friday, this Friday, what is this, November the 7th, I guess? Yeah, from Friday, November the 7th until next Wednesday. Technically, I'll come back on Thursday morning, which is November the 14th, okay? Again, you don't have to do this. This is just what I'm doing. This is what I've been called to do, okay? And so the point of the social media fast, again, without going into too much details, y'all know how some of these operations go, okay? If you've been following me for a while, you know what I'm saying, all right? But basically, a purification is needed. There's getting ready to be some specific celestial events that are very, very important. And so in order to properly prepare for those celestial events, we need to be a very clear mind, very pure energy, okay? And so what's going on right now is that the misaligned system is throwing out a lot of energy trying to trigger a response, a specific response, okay? Keep in mind all of our Operation Holly Jolly years that we've done that, and you'll know what I mean. The individual, his name is Blueface. He just got released from jail. So they're getting ready to pull the same old scam that they pulled during the holiday season between men and women, between families, left versus right, all of this stuff. They're gearing up with the same energy. And so what has been revealed to me, which you will be able to put together once I do my call with CryptodeMedici tonight, and I'll clip out the relevant parts, so and they'll be obscured, okay? So this is a covert operation. Y'all know sometimes we do covert operations, okay? This is nothing new. Just read between the lines of what I'm saying, all right? So because they're getting ready to gear up with the same thing that they always do, we need to move differently. And so instead of observing what the system is doing in an effort to respond to it, we are going to ritually purify ourselves. So I'm going to do basically a 6-day social media cleanse. During those 6 days, I'm going to focus on a project that I don't want to do. I told you guys before, I used to be into motivational speaking and all that kind of stuff. So I will be preparing a speech. I truly never wanted to really get back into that kind of thing. So this is really a sacrifice for me, but I feel like it's necessary because we don't have anybody who is who has the capacity to motivate people the way they need to be motivated in order to get through what is coming. And so that is what I'm going to work on. I suggest, you can work on anything, but I'm just doing a social media fast, and I'm going to focus on things that I need to be done. Now, the second part of this, normally we do a 22-day fast or feast, depending on the point in the cycle, that is going to get us to take us all the way up to Christmas, okay? That's what was going to happen this year anyway, because of the date that Saturn goes direct. 22 days literally leads us up to Christmas. So we're changing our strategy again this year. Always got to keep the enemy guessing. And so on the 14th, it's going to be the first day of the feast or the fast. Now, in the Orthodox Church, they'll be doing a fast. So let me put it this way. If you are already in abundant energy, if you have, food on the table, you're not worried about what you're going to do for Christmas, you have Christmas plans that include buying gifts and making merry with your friends and family, I recommend that you do a fast. And it can be a simple fast. It could be just meat. It could be meat and milk. It could be, the Orthodox fast is no meat, no eggs, no oil, no, like a Daniel fast, okay? Because normally this would be a Daniel fast. So you could do a Daniel fast between the 14th and Christmas Eve, okay? This operation will end on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is the day we celebrate the Savior being born, because a Savior who is not born is a Savior who cannot rise, okay? So just understand the point of this. For the people who are not in abundant energy, if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, if you don't know how you're going to make it through the Christmas season, if you don't know how you're going to make it to Thanksgiving, much less through Christmas, then you will want to do a feast, which means you're going to try to engage in the most abundant things that you can. And so this, in my mind, since we have over here the Americana Band of Indians has united inside of the Holy Emperium, this is how certain things are going to be done. The ones who are in the abundant energy, by fasting, will attract more abundance. The ones who are in the lack of abundant energy, the separation energy, they will attract more abundance by feasting. And so, because I made a comment, and I'll say it here, for CryptodeMedici and I, specifically just talking to him and, having gotten to know him well over these last few months, which you all have too, because you've been right there with the conversations. What I consider a feast is a fast to him. And what he considers a fast is a feast to me. So we have to get on the same page. And right now we're not. This is going to take some time energetically to manifest. But to whom is given much, even more will be added unto him. And to whom has nothing, even that will be taken away from him. So we have to take this very new, like we were doing it all ourselves, right? We were doing all the feasts, all the fasts ourselves, which is why we had a feast, fast schedule. Now that we are, joined with our brother Benjamin, we are going to take a separate approach, because in general, that's what needs to happen. In order for it to balance out, the tribe of Benjamin has to give unto us, the daughters of Dinah, they have to give us their lifestyle. They have to impart it onto us. It's not going to be given like the elites are not going to pass it on. But you have these young men in the tribe of Benjamin who are already in this very, very abundant energy. And I'm going to be, again, when we have our talk, I'll be explaining this in a little bit more detail. And that's why the show is called The Toll Booth, because these whoever is not going to listen to that whole thing for all the very granular information we put in there. Only to my real ones, the real people who support me are going to listen to it and understand what is going on here. But I just wanted to separate this out so that everyone on this channel knows who I'm talking about. So if you are not in abundant energy, if you are in lack energy, if you are in separation, because that's what it is, we are still separated from the Creator, and nothing can separate us from the Creator, but we need a bridge. And so we are going to be using our brothers from the tribe of Benjamin as our bridge to get to the Creator. And because Benjamin is related to Pisces, this makes sense, okay? So this is this particular operation. If you're already in abundant energy, meaning you don't have to worry about nothing, everything is taken care of, you don't have any major outstanding life issues, you're going to want to do a fast, okay? And your fast can be something simple, but it's going to be a fast. And if you are in lack energy, separation energy, you're going to want to do a feast. And your feast can be something simple, but it's going to need to be a feast. And you're going to have to look at it like that. So there will be more protocols coming, of course, after this social media fast. You'll see there'll be a lot of things that are different. That's one thing. The next thing is I'm going to do a fundraiser for Christmas for myself, because if I'm feasting, then I should also be giving of what I do have to give, which is energy, as a part of my feast. So the feast is the fundraiser is going to be this. I'm going to be selling pillar candles for basically that you will light starting on December the 12th. So there'll be 12 days of Christmas or Advent candles that's going to be made of pure beeswax with a wooden wick, okay? So you'll start burning. If you get a 2 candle pack, it's going to be $75, because these are total made with 100% beeswax. They're going to be scented. Specifically, they're going to be saint candles. So if you know, people who are into that kind of stuff, this might be a good Christmas gift for them to whatever. So it's going to, but if you look up pure beeswax candles, right? Just look them up. When I did, they were charging $85 per candle. So what I'm talking about is $75 for 2, which will get you from the 12th to the 24th. Now, if you want to go all the way through Epiphany, which is on January the 6th, then you can get a 4-pack, and that's going to be $125. Okay, so a 2-pack for $75, or add $50 more and get the 4-pack. Okay, and that's going to include shipping. I hate charging extra for shipping. I'm going to make a little flyer for that. The pre-sale is going to start now. If you have my information, you already know how to contact me, or my email address is in the description. I'm also going to put it on my website, but that'll be after the social media fast. You will see things like that on the website. The pre-sale is going to go through December the 1st, and so the people who order by December the 1st, you will get yours to start for sure by December the 10th, so that you can light your first candle on December the 12th. But this is going to be probably a regular product. You can get this 2-pack of beeswax candles, pure beeswax candles with the proper scents, or unscented. I might have that as an option, with a wooden wick. Okay, you can't even find pillar candles with a wooden wick, so this is not something that's on the market. Okay, this is me. It'll be 2 candles for $75, and it'll be 4 candles for $150. Okay, and so if you're interested in making sure my kids have Christmas gifts, because I just cannot do this by myself. I just have to do something, and I don't want people to just give me something without me using what I am abundant in, which is spiritual gifts, and give them back to the people. So that's how this operation is going to run. So if you can be a part of the pre-order goes until December 1st, and then after that, it'll be as I get your order, I'll ship it out. So it might not be there in time for the 12th if you don't order by the 1st, okay? So that's just what I'm going to do. Everybody, of course, who's been waiting for me to do like other stuff, just understand, or let me make this clear. I'm not doing anything until I get a result. Like, we have been doing a lot of work. We've already done a lot of work, and I don't like the fact that I still have not received a result from the work that we already did. And so therefore, everything is on hold until I get a result. Like, until we start to see the results from our work that we've already done show up. We deserve results. We work with the Creator. The Creator created us to be successful. There's no reason why the stuff hasn't worked. So me personally, I am putting everything. I'm not doing a single thing related to new paperwork, taxes, or anything else until I get a response for the things that I did for this year, which I still have not received no type of response. I don't care about a government shutdown. I don't care what these people are talking about. This is unacceptable. Just all the way around. It's unacceptable. And so therefore, I'm not doing nothing, okay? And so it's not like I don't want to move forward, but I'm not moving forward because it's not fair to have, our women out here doing all this stuff. And meanwhile, if a man gets involved, he'll do it and it'll work. He'll get a response. That's unacceptable. The Creator don't work like that. So again, this is why we're doing a split feast fast, depending on what energetic position you're in. And I can't say if all of them are going to be like this. I don't know, but we're going to run this one like this to see how this operation goes, okay? And so I noticed, don't think I'm not noticing that all of a sudden people are out here talking about magic again, because I see it. I see it, but I'm not even going to get involved in it. All I'm going to say is this. My magic works because it's folk magic. The rest of these people, they're working with entities. They won't tell you who they are. They may not even know who they are, to be honest. But I know who I'm working with. I'm very clear on that. I'm starting to see a huge separation of the energy. And so that is why I'm going to do a social media fast. Because obviously, these people think that they can do it. So I would like to see them pull out whatever it is that they can do over them 6 days. Because one of those days, okay, so there is a galactic portal day in there. So if you're not going to do a social media fast, you will see pre-loaded, pre-recorded videos that are already done. But if not, if you are going to do the social media fast, and when I say social media fast, I mean specifically that I'm not going to be commenting on videos. I don't mean that I'm not going to get online and see what's going on. Because if there's some kind of an emergency or something like that, I'm still going to respond. But by emergency, I mean people are about to die, and I am told specifically that if I take a specific action, I will get the specific result. So in the absence of that, I'm not going to be commenting on these weirdos' videos. I'm not going to be commenting about what these weird people do. But I'm also not going to hide my head in the sand and pretend like they're not going to try to get me respond. I just want to see how aggressive they're going to get a response out of me, so that I know how aggressive I need to get in my response when I return. Because the South shall rise again. There will be a response. It's just not going to be on these people's schedule, them acting like they're in charge of me and my energy, telling me what to do with my energy, provoking me in a certain way so that they get a response, so they can harvest our energy and do whatever they want. The days of that are over. We have protectors now. That's the whole reason why we united with the Holy Emperium to build the new city that's going to descend from the heaven. There's no other reason to unite with those people, because nobody in our community took what we were doing seriously. But our brothers in the tribe of Benjamin are taking us seriously. They're taking everything that we do seriously. And I have a lot of respect for anybody who is engaged in that kind of behavior. So that, again, we're good good behavior has to be rewarded. So they have our protection, and we also have their protection, which is exactly what we've been lacking for the last 3 years. These people have been able to get away with literal murder, murdering our dreams, murdering our hopes, murdering like our soul, literal murder for 3 years because no one was willing to stand up and to protect the diviners. And now we are being protected. The exits are sealed. We're being protected, and they're going to have to stand and fight us in spirit and truth. And that's something they never, ever, ever expected, because they've never had to fight us in spirit and truth. And so that's what's going to be happening. So I just wanted to make this quick video as an update. So as a summary, on Friday, I'm going to start a 6-day social media fast. Next week on Sabbath, which is the 13th, I think, I'll be returning, but just for, again, certain very specific things. And then on Friday, which is the 14th, that's the first day of the new week. That's when we're going to start either our feast or our fast. Depending on your energy, that's what you want to put out. The Emperor has already committed to doing a fast on our behalf, and so I do want to thank him for that, because we're going to be feasting basically on his behalf. And so hopefully this will bring us into a greater alignment, because right now we are completely out of alignment. We are not in alignment. We are not where we're supposed to be, and we can never get there. Oh, he said we needed something. I forgot. We can never get there if something different isn't done. And I just see these people are literally hounding me in the energy, and they think they're going to accomplish something. And basically, we got to show them that they're not in control. They don't own our energy. Whoever these people are, whoever they may be, I don't know, and I don't care. But this is the response. This is the battle plan that I was given, and this is how we moving forward. Okay. So shalom, peace and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.